Fast and Furious Perfect Replacement already exists and is heading for its third movie, with Fast and Furious 11 set to conclude the iconic action franchise in 2026. Hollywood will be desperately searching for its replacement. But despite some major differences, one movie series seems like it can fill its shoes. Having debuted in 2001, Fast and Furious has become one of the biggest blockbusters in the industry, having produced 10 movies and a spin-off which have grossed over $7 billion collectively. Although its over-the-top action isn't for everybody, Fast and Furious' best car stunts have helped it become so recognizable, while its unrealistic nature is also part of its charm and appeal. However, despite the rumors of a 12th film and numerous spin-off conversations, the next movie is currently scheduled to end the main story, for better or for worse. Considering the release gap between Fast and Furious 11 and Fast X is gearing up to be the largest window in the saga's history, it's clear the series intends to go out with a bang, leaving a potentially big gap in the market. Fortunately, the search for the next Fast and Furious seems to be over before it even started, as one film franchise shares F and S best traits. Despite how different the two franchises are, Now You See Me is looking like it could become the next Fast and Furious. Having had a successful first outing in 2013, Now You See Me received a sequel 3 years later but has been dormant ever since. However, with the thriller series set to return this year, it looks like it will continue embracing its crazy premise and evolve in a similar way to Fast and Furious. While Now You See Me's magic is based on real techniques, the execution is often wildly exaggerated, as is the story surrounding it. The original film focused on the Four Horsemen attempting to pull off heists and evade the law, but the sequel really took the premise to new heights by having them try and acquire a chip that can control the world's computers. Now You See Me 3 appears to be continuing to stray away from the original's more grounded concept in favor of a larger-than-life plot that will have the audience questioning the protagonist's limitations. Daniel Radcliffe and Ariana Greenblatt are set to join the franchise that has already featured names such as Morgan Freeman, Michael Caine, Woody Harrelson, Jesse Eisenberg, Isla Fisher, Dave Franco, and Mark Ruffalo. Additionally, Now You See Me will also add to its already stacked cast, as names like Daniel Radcliffe and Ariana Greenblatt are set to join the franchise that has already featured names such as Morgan Freeman, Michael Caine, Woody Harrelson, Jesse Eisenberg, Isla Fisher, Dave Franco, and Mark Ruffalo. Fast and Furious also grew its ensemble cast with each installment, and with Now You See Me bringing the big names in Hollywood together for a ridiculous yet entertaining story, it's clear the Magic franchise could become Fast and Furious' unexpected successor in the blockbuster scene. Although Now You See Me 3 has yet to be released, a fourth installment has been confirmed, suggesting the franchise is back in full swing. Interestingly, it looks like it will only get weirder and more ambitious as the third installment is titled Now You See Me. Now You Don't, indicating that the series is becoming self-aware of its slightly ridiculous nature. Assuming it continues to try and outdo its previous iteration with more daring tricks and high-stakes storylines, Now You See Me 4 could see the protagonists get even bolder with their seemingly impossible heists. In many ways, this would resemble what made Fast and Furious so big, as the action saga went from street racing with a few stunts to fighting international organizations and going to space. For as much as people loved Now You See Me's original premise, seeing their favorite actors pull off some crazy illusions and sleight of hand is what ultimately hooked them. Therefore, if the third and fourth films continue pushing these boundaries, we could easily be looking at the next $1 billion movie series, so long as they maintain Now You See Me's most entertaining elements.